Paris is the best affiliate on the planet. Now today, I'm going to teach workflows from the absolute foundation. And I think I'm going to do 2 parts to this. First part is going to be for beginners. Just want to get to know workflows and go through some basics and go through some basic workflows live. And hopefully that helps you out. And the second part will be a bit more advanced. And then hopefully the rest of the playlists on my YouTube channel will expand even more. So let's do this part 1 beginner. Okay, so on your sub account here, you want to go to automations. And now automations is probably one of the more complex, probably with sites as well, things to get hold of. So that's why I'm just go through everything from foundation. So first things first, you want to create workflow. Forget all the thing in the middle. Create workflow. So then you can select a recipe or start from scratch. Now you can look through these. Some of them are pretty cool, and what these essentially are is that high level have some template automation that you can go off of, so you don't have to make it yourself. So let's say if you click let's go simple, send review request. So press select. It will open up, and this will what it will be essentially. So it does it for you. So at the top here, you want to click this and rename it to whatever you want. So this is, let's say this is webinar, I forgot what I said. I think it was webinar it is the Google review. So Google review. We'll get onto the triggers and what these are in a second. So you can zoom out, you can zoom in, you can move around. If you go to settings here, so you want to keep this 9 times out of 10, you don't want to touch this. You can have your workflow work at specific times. So if you don't want your workflow to work 24/7, only certain times, maybe for yourself or your clients, you can do that here. If you want someone to be able to continuously go back into the automation, you can click that. And this one, allow multiple opportunities, just leave that off. Then you can put stop on response. So if you want the automation to just completely stop if the lead or whatever messages back or interacts, then you can keep that on, or you can turn it off, your choice. Now, enrollment history and execution logs, you're going to use these two if there's ever a problem in your automation. So I'm going to show you how this looks like. So let's go to execution log. So this says this person was added to the workflow. It says added. Internal notification was executed. So here, there's no problems. If there was a problem where it says status, it will say red, failed. Then it'll tell you why. So then you can go to view details. You can come here and it'll tell you why, etc. Certain things happened. You can see the contact path as well that they went through. So high level shows you, so this person is currently waiting for 35 minutes before the appointment. So he's gone through all these steps and he's waiting to go through the final step. So that's what high level is showing us. And enrollment history just tells you when a certain person went through that workflow. So these two are finished, they've gone through the workflow, and this person is still waiting because his appointment is later on. So if you just quick go to the builder, this one means someone's waiting on this step. So he booked his appointment, let's say in 3 days in advance, but I've set it so 30 minutes before the appointment, I'm gonna send him a reminder email, which is what this is here. So we'll go here, say hi contact, just a friendly reminder that our appointment is in 35 minutes. But of course, he'll be stuck at this stage until 35 minutes before. So I'm gonna go through this in a minute, but I'm just giving you a little in the future what I'm going to show you. Just going over basics. So I've gone through builder settings, the name here. Also, you can test your workflow if you do, which is a good habit to get into. Always test your workflow, see if it works, etc. And if it's in draft, your workflow will not work. If it's in publish, that's when it will start. It would actually work. So if you're ready and you built your automation, you want to get things going, make sure it's on publish. Then always press save as well. Okay, I've got this calendar here. If you want to know how to make calendars and stuff, if you go to my YouTube account and go to playlists, I've got playlists for everything. So getting started with high level, learning websites, contacts, and here, learn calendars. I made a playlist, learn everything I know about calendars here. So for automations now, I've got this calendar. Now what I want to happen, I'm making automation with you live, going over the basics. So when someone books on this calendar, 11 p.m. for example, when they put the name, etc., I want a confirmation email to them. I want to send a notification to myself on my phone. Then I want to wait until 30 minutes before the meeting starts, send them an SMS 30 minutes before the appointment saying our meeting's in 30 minutes. Then after our meeting, 2 days after our meeting, I want to send them a Google review request. Okay, so this will just get your brain ticking on the basics of automation. So I'm doing that with you now. So this calendar is called High Level Harry's Q&A. So let's go to create workflow. Let's go to start from scratch. Let's do this together. So like I said, let's name it. So let's go High Level, if I could spell, High Level Harry's appointment. What is a trigger, and what are these blue things here, and what's the end? A trigger is anything that triggers the workflow from going on and carrying on in the steps here. So a trigger can be someone like booking a calendar, filling a form out, replying to certain things, etc. So we click here, these are the different triggers that can fire off. So we've got here customer booked appointments. If someone's booked an appointment, someone's joined the affiliate, someone's joined one of your courses, a payment's been received, if someone's abandoned their cart, etc, etc. So for this one, we're going to pick customer booked appointment. Okay, so we want to go here. Now we want to filter down. So what calendar did they book from? So we want to say in calendar. Then you want to pick our calendar. Our calendar was called High Level Harry's Q&A. So in that calendar. So now we're turning high level. We're triggering whenever someone books on this calendar, we want this automation to fire off. Okay, so we filtered it down. Always filter down. Okay, so let's press save trigger. So now we can even change the name here. Customer booked appointment on high calendar, and you guys can book a meeting with me. If you've got any questions, a link in the description. So you can change the name here, save it, and then you can just look at it there. Okay, so now, okay, someone booked a trigger, so someone's booked this. What we want to do, like I said, is tell ourselves. Now, I'm not sure if you have this, but download the Lead Connector mobile app on your phone, Android or Apple. Download it and sign in with the same credentials you have for High Level. What that would do is everything on your laptop, it will put on your phone. So everything in this laptop version of High Level will be on your phone, like your contacts, your CRMs, etc. So what we can do is send a notification to our phone saying someone has booked. So you want to get that app on your phone so you can send notifications from the laptop to your phone. Okay, so what we want to do here is type in internal notification. Internal means to us and not the client. So come here, you can email yourself or SMS, but the best is a notification which goes to the Lead Connector mobile app. Now we've got title and message. So title, this little thing here, user is us, contact is the client or customer. So we want to do contact first name. So that will auto populate whatever name the person that booked put in here. So if I put in Jaze here and book, High Level remember that and put that name there. So Jaze, so this will come to me on my phone. Okay, then I could, on the message, I could say contact full name. So Jaze, whatever I put full name, has booked a meeting with you at. Now what's cool is I can tell myself what time this person has. So let's go to appointment. Let's go to start date and time. So that will auto populate what date, time, and day they've booked. So I know. So then I want to redirect when I click that message on my phone. I see the notification. I want to redirect me on the app to go to the contacts page. And user means who should it go to, and I want to go to me. So if you've got more users in your sub account, it'll go to everyone. But if you want to put to a particular person, which is me, I'll save that. Okay, so now we've got internal notification that works. That will go to your Lead Connector mobile app. Now we want to, of course, send a confirmation email to the person that just booked. So this, when it's press send email, this will go to the person that booked. So you want to set up a dedicated email domain, which I've made in this video here, in High Level, so you can send emails through the system. It's not that hard. Watch that video. So you can put here from email, put the subject, so for booking a meeting, and then put the name. So thanks for booking meeting, Jaze. Then in the message, like a normal email, go on ChatGPT, fill it out, say your meetings at this time, and you do that by going here, go to appointment and saying start date and time. You want to make this professional, say your meeting is at, and leave it like that. And then meeting location, you can just go on Zoom or whatever, get the link yourself. Meeting location. You can also come here and go down to where it says appointment and go to meeting location. You can go to reschedule link. I spelled that wrong. Go here, go to reschedule link and give them the options there. You put your meeting location. You can add your meeting location in your sub account. Go to settings, go to team, I believe, and go to yourself. Edit and add your meeting location in there. But fill that out. If you have any questions about that, just put in the comments and I'll talk you through it properly. Okay, so now what we've done is trigger internal notification and we've emailed the person. Now we can email them again and again if you want, but what we want to do is wait now. Just add a wait. Now you can do different things with wait. So we want to wait appointment time. So we want to wait before the appointment. We want to wait 30 minutes before the appointment. Now what you can do is wait 1 day before the appointment. And then remind them a day before, and then half an hour again. So you know what I mean. So we can do that. Let's do that. So 1 day before, okay, and keep this skip because if it will skip this step if they've booked like on the same day, for example, and there isn't 1 day before. So 1 day before. So we want to come here. 1 day before, okay. Then we want to send them an SMS and say your meeting with me is tomorrow, for whatever. Okay, send an SMS. Then what we can do is wait again. Wait before. Now let's wait for 30 minutes before. Then again, what we can do here, I'll show you something. We can copy action and paste it there. Come here and say you with me, blah blah is in 30 minutes. Then once you've had the meeting and you sent them the link, the link to your meeting, we can wait again after. So come here to after, then maybe you can do like 1 day after, an hour after, and send them a Google review link. So type in here review. So if you've got a company and you're on Google and you've connected your Google account, I'll show you in a second, you can boost your Google reviews if you've had like a good meeting and you want to boost your rankings, get more 5-star reviews. So I'm always put that on SMS, press save, go to not on draft, go to publish and press save. I'm not going to publish it because I've got this already for my for this calendar, but you press save there. So I'm going to show you where you're gonna add in your Google review stuff. So to connect to Google review, what you want to do is where it says Launchpad, go to this one here, and if you just press connect, add everything out. If you've got Google My Business, if you don't, go on internet, type in Google My Business, do everything from there, and then connect it, and then HighLevel will automatically send an SMS with the review link for them to click on and send you 5 stars. Okay, if you like this, please let me know in the comments if I should do a part 2. If not, then I won't do a part 2. If that was useful, please let me know. Like the video. If you want one-on-one support with me and a 30-day free trial with HighLevel, if you use the link in the description, you get a 30-day free trial with HighLevel, and all these benefits are there. Which is my affiliate link. I provide all those things there, one-on-one support, my sales scripts, etc. I'm not going to bore you. You can read everything there. If you already have an affiliate and they suck, you can still message me and book a meeting with me in the description, and we can get you transferred over and with the best affiliate on the planet. So please like the video, it helps me out, and yeah, if you want a part 2, let me know in the comments.